Hey, Cowboys Nation! Let's dive into the story of America's team and everything unfolding this season. Because what we're seeing is nothing short of fascinating. The Cowboys have approached this year with a mindset that feels noticeably different from what we've been used to, historically. The franchise hasn't been one to chase mid-season trades aggressively, preferring to rely on homegrown talent and the draft to build the roster, but this season, management seems willing to take calculated risks, trying to address weaknesses as they appear rather than waiting for the offseason. Watching these moves unfold gives a sense that the team is actively trying to balance immediate competitiveness with long-term planning. Some trades feel like strategic reinforcements to cover clear gaps, while others appear almost like gambles, high-stakes moves that could either pay off in a major way or leave lingering questions about roster construction. There's an intensity to it, a sense that every decision is layered with both short-term and future implications. Defense continues to dominate conversations among fans, analysts, and even casual observers. The Cowboys' defensive inconsistencies have long been a point of criticism, and this year has not been immune. There are flashes of brilliance along the defensive line, moments when the front seven imposes pressure on opposing quarterbacks, disrupting timing and forcing mistakes, but those moments are interspersed with stretches where the secondary struggles, giving up big plays that swing momentum instantly. The front seven is unquestionably better than last year, which in theory should give the secondary a chance to shine. But there's no denying that more support is needed. The defensive roster itself is a delicate mix of veterans who know the game inside and out, and young players still learning how to navigate the speed and complexity of professional football. Some fans are optimistic, believing that with the right rotations and a little patience, the unit could climb into the top 20 defensively. Others remain skeptical, highlighting that critical positions are still vulnerable and questioning whether short-term fixes, even bold trades, truly solve systemic problems that have persisted for years. And then, of course, there's the quarterback situation, which remains impossible to discuss without dissecting Dak Prescott's performance. His season has had highs and lows, and opinions are divided on just how much the offense's success or struggles rest on his shoulders. On one side, critics argue that Dak is not consistently performing at an elite level, that there are moments when he simply fails to make plays that a quarterback of his caliber should make. On the other side, supporters point to a complicated scenario: inconsistent offensive line play, unpredictable play calling, and situational challenges that can make even the best quarterbacks look ordinary. Red zone execution has been a recurring frustration. Sequences that should be routine often result in confusion or missed opportunities, and every questionable decision is scrutinized by fans and analysts alike. Timing, sequencing, and choice of play are constantly debated, and the team's ability to execute under pressure in these moments could determine whether they make a deep playoff run or fall short of expectations. Meanwhile, the roster as a whole is in constant flux. Injuries, recoveries from injured reserve, and lineup adjustments keep coaches and staff in a near-constant juggling act. Deciding who gets snaps, how many, and in what situations is a delicate balancing act, because you're not just trying to win the next game, you're also trying to maintain team chemistry, keep players healthy, and protect long-term development. Every cut, every addition, every positional change is dissected publicly. Fans are vocal about every move, weighing the risks of immediate improvement against long-term flexibility, including salary cap considerations. The Cowboys are operating in a space where they must address weaknesses without mortgaging the future, which is never easy. It requires precision, insight, and yes, a little bit of luck. This season's schedule has been anything but forgiving, adding layers of challenge on top of the inherent difficulties of building a team mid-season. Back-to-back matchups against tough division rivals, primetime games, and short weeks all put stress on both the physical and mental endurance of the roster. These stretches reveal the depth of the team in stark terms and expose the margin for error, which is already razor-thin in the NFL. One blown coverage, one missed assignment, one mental lapse can swing the outcome of a game. It's a test not just of talent, but of resilience, preparation, and the ability of coaches to adjust strategies on the fly. Fans notice everything, every mistake, every dropped pass, every questionable decision in critical moments, because they know that over a long season, these small details accumulate into wins or losses that can define the trajectory of the year. Fans themselves play an enormous role in shaping the narrative. Social media, live streams, Comment sections and forums are flooded with opinions ranging from highly analytical breakdowns to emotional, passionate takes. Every trade, every injury update, every roster move is scrutinized. Supporters debate everything, from the logic behind acquisitions to the impact of adding a specific free agent. And they are invested in both the present performance and long-term trajectory of the franchise. The conversation goes far beyond wins and losses. It encompasses strategy, team culture, player development, and the philosophy of the front office. There is a hunger for insight, and every decision by the organization is analyzed in terms of how it positions the Cowboys for sustained success. The human element of the team cannot be ignored either. Players returning from injuries, integrating with new teammates, or adjusting to different schemes bring their own stories and challenges. Coaches face constant pressure to balance the immediate need to win with developing talent for future campaigns. It's not just about talent on paper, it's about resilience, mental toughness, and the ability to respond to adversity. Injuries, difficult opponents, and unexpected obstacles in practice all shape the narrative of the season. How the team responds to these challenges will ultimately define the story. Far more than individual statistics or flashy plays, looking at the bigger picture, this season for the Cowboys is about more than the scoreboard. It's about growth, adaptation, and strategic positioning for both the present and future. Trades have added a new dimension to the roster. Defensive units are being tested week after week, and the offense is constantly evolving under high expectations. Every snap matters. Every game matters. And every decision has a ripple effect that can shape the trajectory of the season. Fans are watching intently, debates are intensifying, and anticipation is building because this team, with all its potential and flaws, remains one of the most compelling stories in football right now. Mid-season trades highlight the team's willingness to make calculated gambles. While historically hesitant, management has shown they are ready to reinforce areas of weakness immediately rather than waiting for the offseason. These moves are not just about filling holes, but creating depth and flexibility, especially on defense, where injuries and inconsistency have been persistent issues. Some of the acquisitions may not be household names yet, but they signal an intent to stay competitive and demonstrate that the organization is not content to rely solely on past reputations or star power. Every move sends a message, and fans are paying attention, trying to project whether these decisions will have meaningful impact or simply serve as stopgap measures. The defensive line has been under particular scrutiny. Past seasons showed inconsistencies in generating pressure, which directly affects how the secondary can perform. If the front seven can maintain their ground, coverage assignments become more manageable and big plays are less likely. Despite some promising signs, the secondary continues to face challenges. Young cornerbacks are constantly tested against elite receivers, and any lapse can result in momentum-shifting plays. Coaches rotate players, adjust schemes, and manage snaps carefully to maximize performance. While elite-level defense may not arrive overnight, incremental improvements coupled with smart acquisitions have the potential to create a more reliable unit. Offensively, efficiency and execution are at the forefront of discussions. Dak Prescott's performance is analyzed down to the smallest detail. Fans and analysts debate whether he is meeting expectations or if situational factors like blocking schemes and play calling have limited his effectiveness. Red zone struggles remain a critical concern, with sequences leaving viewers frustrated and questioning the approach. Timing, decision-making, and execution are constantly under review, and the ability to deliver under pressure will define the offense's success. As the season progresses, beyond the quarterback, the receiving cores and tight ends play crucial roles. Their ability to create separation, adjust to defensive schemes, and execute in real time impacts the entire offense. Every miscommunication or dropped pass reverberates through the team's performance and can change the outcome of games in significant ways. Special teams often fly under the radar, but for a team like the Cowboys, their impact cannot be overstated. A single blocked punt, a missed tackle, or an errant kick can shift momentum dramatically, sometimes in ways that feel disproportionate to the number of plays involved. Field position becomes critical, and every yard counts when games are decided by the slimmest of margins. Coaches have emphasized discipline and execution in these areas, but the reality is that injuries, rotation, and high-pressure situations make mistakes inevitable. Even small lapses in coverage or timing can snowball, creating opportunities for opponents to capitalize. Fans watch closely, often holding their breath during key kicks or returns, understanding that these moments, though brief, can define outcomes just as much as the work of the offense or defense. The intensity of focus required is immense because in the NFL, inches and seconds often make the difference between a win and a loss. The schedule itself adds another layer of complexity. The Cowboys face relentless tests of endurance, both physical and mental. Stretch after stretch, there are matchups against divisional rivals, prime-time games with national scrutiny, and short weeks that force the team to adapt at an accelerated pace. These stretches expose the depth of the roster like nothing else. Injuries, fatigue, and minor lapses can disrupt the flow of even the most well-prepared team. Every week presents new challenges, and coaches must balance the immediate goal of winning with the long-term objective of keeping players healthy and effective. The mental toughness required is enormous, as players must maintain focus and execution in situations where the margin for error is minimal. In a league where one play can determine a game, the ability to remain composed across grueling sequences is often what separates playoff contenders from teams that fall short. Fans remain deeply engaged throughout this process, providing a constant, dynamic commentary on every development. Social media, comment sections, and live streams create a platform where opinions collide, merge, and evolve in real time. Every trade, roster move, injury update, or coaching adjustment is analyzed meticulously. Supporters dissect not only the immediate impact, but also the long-term strategy behind decisions, debating whether the organization is making smart choices or merely reacting to short-term pressures. The passion is palpable, the scrutiny relentless, and the insights often razor-sharp. Cowboys fans are not passive observers, they are active participants in the narrative, contributing perspectives that range from analytical breakdowns to heartfelt emotional responses. Their engagement adds a layer of intensity to the season, ensuring that every snap, every decision, and every adjustment is felt far beyond the stadium. Injuries play an outsized role in shaping the trajectory of the team. Managing returning players, integrating new teammates, and balancing workloads are daily challenges. Coaches must weigh the risks of rushing athletes back against the need for immediate contributions. Young players face steep learning curves, while veterans must adapt to new rotations, schemes, and sometimes even positions. Each injury or return alters not just the game plan, but the rhythm and chemistry of the team. Recovery, conditioning, and mental preparation are just as important as on-field performance, because even a slight misstep can have ripple effects that influence the outcome of games. Fans track every update, understanding that durability and resilience are essential components of a successful season. Before we roll on, subscribe to Cowboys Wire News, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Your support keeps the Dallas Cowboys updates coming. Tell us what you think in the comments. Whispers are swirling across the NFL landscape, and this one has the potential to shake up the league. Sources close to the situation suggest that a major wide receiver from the Arizona Cardinals, yes, that one, has been seen in Dallas, sparking intense speculation that the Cowboys might be making a bold move to bring him in. The Cowboys have long been known for their flair for headline-grabbing acquisitions, and this latest rumor fits perfectly into that legacy. Fans and insiders alike are buzzing after reports surfaced of a private meeting at the Star, the team's headquarters in Frisco, involving key members of the Cowboys front office. Could it be that Dallas is eyeing a new offensive weapon to bolster Dak Prescott's arsenal? Social media only added fuel to the fire when a photo appeared, quickly deleted, that seemed to show the Cardinals playmaker arriving at Love Field Airport. Within minutes, the internet was ablaze with speculation, dissecting everything from the color of his luggage to whether he was wearing Cowboys blue sneakers. Coincidence? Maybe, but in the world of NFL rumors, nothing feels accidental. The fit, on paper, would be electric. The Cowboys have been seeking another reliable deep threat to complement CeeDee Lamb and stretch opposing defenses. The Cardinals receiver, known for his elite route running and ability to turn short passes into highlight plays, could be exactly what Dallas needs to elevate its offense to championship caliber. Of course, contract logistics and cap space would make such a move complex, especially given the player's current deal in Arizona. Still, the idea of Jerry Jones pulling off one more blockbuster trade before the deadline feels almost inevitable. He's done it before, and if history tells us anything, he thrives on moments like this. Whether this is just smoke or the first hint of a fire remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, the the Cowboys faithful are already dreaming of a new star catching passes under the bright lights of AT&T Stadium, and if this rumor proves true, the NFC picture could change dramatically, faster than anyone expects. That's a wrap from Cowboys Wire News. For breaking Cowboys updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Tell us your take in the comments.